My name is Lacee Kloze, and I'm the producer of Pretty Face and Green My Eyes. I produced and kind of helped raise money all the way from the beginning to post on Pretty Face, and the movie is a kind of a nostalgic look back. It's a story about first love through a flashback to the early 90s music scene in Seattle. So it's kind of a nostalgic look back. The director grew up in Seattle, and so he wanted to make a movie kind of about him growing up through this great music scene, and also tell a really nice story about first love, young love, I should say. Yeah, it's very autobiographical. He grew up in Seattle and just loves music. He's a musician as well as a writer and a cinematographer, so he wanted to kind of capture that magic feeling of being a teenager and sneaking into rock clubs and seeing shows. And also, I think he had a little bit of a crush back then that kind of developed, stayed with him his whole life, so he wanted to kind of revisit that. Well, so this movie starts with him as an adult who wrote a novel and is about to be nominated for a Pulitzer and goes back to his hometown to do a book reading. And the bookstore where he does the book reading is owned by the woman who he kind of fell in love with as a child, but has as a teenager and hasn't been in touch with since. So he wrote this book almost based on her and is seeing her for the first time since then. So it's kind of a nice little love story, and as they meet and talk about where their lives are now, he does the book reading and we flash back to this time in 1992 where he sees this concert and meets her for the first time. Concert scene was the best part to shoot. We had a great time in the concert scene. A really great venue in Seattle let us kind of take over for the day, and we got a bunch of extras. We got about 50 to 70 extras to show up and be a part of the scene. The band that's in the movie is called See Me River, and they performed for us. They not only performed for us, but they wrote a song just for the movie that was more oriented towards 90s grunge style. They're more of a folk rock singy, local Seattle band, but they went back to the 90s for us and wrote a great song. We really brought it back, I think. We did well. We had a really great costume designer who helped with all the extras and kind of gave them extra jean jackets and stuff to wear to make it look back in the time. This is the second short film I produced, and I guess I can say the film itself really speaks for our local film community and how everyone came together. We got a lot of donations and a lot of help from the community, particularly the theater that let us shoot the concert scene there. It just really speaks to the work that a lot of people put in for not too much pay. So we kind of created this film from scratch with no donations and no grants, no extra money, and we were able to make something out of nothing, I think. So that's what it shows.